Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. We're going to take a look at Microsoft Teams meeting today and do a quick kind of overview, not dive into it too heavily, but just to kind of give you an overview of the Teams meeting feature, which is their video conferencing feature that we're going to be looking to use this year during the school year. So Microsoft Teams has done a bunch of updates. And before we dive into the video chat, just a couple of things to have you take a look at so that when you look at your Microsoft Teams, you're seeing the same view that I'm showing on my screen. So when you click on your profile, a couple of things that we're going to do. The first thing you're going to do is come down to that and just click check for updates. Now that's going to have this little message. It's going to run that and then it'll eventually disappear so you can continue working until that's done. When that disappears, if there's any updates, it's going to kind of install them in the background. Then you're going to go back to your profile picture and go to settings. And a couple things to point out in here. Some of you, if you have not already changed this, the program auto starts when you log in, and some people do not prefer that to happen. So you can uncheck this box, auto start application. And therefore it will not auto start every time you log into your computer. They also have added dark contrast, high contrast, grid view or list view within the platform itself, so you can start to customize that. But as far as those updates, if there were updates and the update that we're looking for, this line here would not have existed before. If you get the update, turn on new meeting experience. This is the one that you're going to want to come in and check that box to turn on this experience so that what you see on your Teams meeting, as I'm going to show here, will look the same as mine, so that way things match up for you. So once you check this box and you're going to X out of this, now the Teams is going to have to do a restart. That restart, you can either close out of it and restart the whole thing, or if you jump into a meeting. So if I go, I'm just going to pop over to calendar and just go to meet now. If you hadn't done the update, I've already done it. You get a little pop-up up here that says we need to refresh Teams because an update was in place. Just click that, it'll refresh Teams, and then you can jump into the new experience. So Teams meeting is the video platform within Microsoft Teams that we'll look to replace Skype for Business with, because Skype for Business is going away from Microsoft. They're pushing all that work into Teams. What's nice about the Teams meeting platform is that it is very similar to the Zoom platform, which many people are familiar with and comfortable with. Now there's several ways to start a meeting, which that can be done in additional trainings coming up. I'm just going to do this as a quick view. So I'm just going to go to Meet Now. So I'm in my calendar, go to Meet Now. We'll learn about scheduling meetings, and again, in a different video. And you can either join with your audio and video on. I'm just going to leave them off for now and click Join. And this starts the new Teams meeting platform video call. So just like you could start a Zoom call on your own, you can start a Skype for Business call on your own, you can start a Teams meeting call on your own as well. You're going to have your main screen or sharing platform in the center now. You have the participants list. The toolbars used to be float on the middle of the screen at the bottom and always be in the way. They're now pinned at the top in the new experience. You still have your participants, which you can turn this on or off to open up your stage, chat, raising hand, more actions, audio, video, sharing options, and they've actually changed the leave button. Now you have the end meeting right within this. It used to only be in the more actions area. So just quick overview, when you come on your participants, it's going to show your participants. What's nice about this is you can directly invite people right from here. You also have the ability to set some permissions, which we could talk about in a different video. For teaching, what's nice is it also allows you to download an attendance list. And what's nice about this attendance list is it gives you the exact time that a student or participant logged into the meeting, and if they leave the meeting early, exactly when they logged out of the meeting. So you can keep track of time that the people, your students or participants, are actually engaged in the meeting. It downloads as an Excel file, and then you can work with that later on. Within the participants, when they're listed here, it also gives you participant controls, where you have the ability to mute all your participants, turn off their video, give them presentation rights, so on and so forth. The chat feature, or the conversation, again, this can be your ongoing meeting chat. You have the ability in the chat to format the text, so it doesn't have to just be straight text. There is the ability to change the importance of the message you want to send. You can attach files, either upload from your computer, or you will also often, in some of the updates, you're going to see upload or attach from OneDrive and upload from my computer. So you actually have two options there. You have your emojis that you can put in place, GIFs that you can add into the chat, stickers from Microsoft that you can add into the chat, and then the little airplane is just to send that message. So there's lots of chat features within here. In settings, you also have the ability to turn chat off. Raise hand, this lets participants in a large group raise your hand. And then more actions. The device setting, this allows you to kind of choose your microphone, choose your video camera if you have multiple ones. Meeting notes, so if you're in a meeting and you want to take notes, the new update allows the notes to be taken in a separate window, so the meeting can continue and you can take notes there. Meeting details, applying background effects, which is really nice, similar to Zoom where you can have those virtual backgrounds. Microsoft has those virtual backgrounds built in, including one that just blurs the background. You don't have to have a special picture behind you. So again, that's a nice feature that they have on here. Live captions, if you turn on live captions, it will automatically start recording. Now my microphone is muted, but it'll start actually putting your live closed captions at the bottom of your screen. You can record your video or your meeting. When you record your video or your meeting, it ends up being saved to Microsoft's Stream, which is their video housing, similar to a YouTube, but it stays internal and it's encrypted, and only our members can get to that. And you can turn off everybody's video incoming if you want to do more of a webinar style and you don't need some of those distractions in place there. Then you can turn on and off your camera, your audio, and then you have your opening the share tray. So when you share your screen, you have lots of options for what you can share in a Teams meeting. You can share your entire desktop, you can share a specific window, or you can go into PowerPoints and click browse and actually share a PowerPoint. And this gives it a much better experience of that screen for your audience when they see it, without all of the extra slides and bits and bobs around the outside. And Microsoft Whiteboard app, if you have that download, which I highly recommended, that's an infinite whiteboard canvas. It actually also in a meeting becomes a shared canvas for all participants to use, that you can use in your meeting live with minimal features, or you can open it in a shared app if everyone has the app downloaded, and have a much larger experience for more tools and activities and access for individuals. The other nice feature that Microsoft has added to the Teams meeting, similar to Zoom, is you can include system audio. Now, this is something that Skype for Business did not have. So if you were showing a video in a PowerPoint or wanted to play a music or a video for your participants, they weren't able to hear that in Skype for Business. By checking this box, whatever is being played on your computer as audio will now be played for all your participants so they can hear that. So that's a nice feature that did not exist in Skype for Business. So that is the share platform. Lots of features within this. Functionality works very much the same. When you're ending a call or ending a meeting, same thing, just click leave, end message. Now, the nice thing is that because this is a Microsoft platform, anything that's shared in here, a chat, a file, an image, they actually get saved so that you have that to reference at a later time. Again, more in-depth video will come as we go forward. So this is just a quick overview of the new Teams meeting platform, the stage, what it looks like, and how you can get some of those basic settings started. Be on the lookout for additional videos in the future.